Dig it.
Yeah.
Jumped a cop and started beating him. How's that, officer? And did any of them get arrested? And what is their status? There are truly so many questions. And I'll point out one thing Stefan was talking about the unpredictability of this crowd. You know, we're used to covering civil disorder, especially over the last couple of years with all the protests that we saw in the spring of 2020 and beyond. This wasn't that, you know, like it's, you know, like I keep thinking protesters because that's where my brain goes. These were not protesters. These were kids, some of them as young as 10 years old. And at one point we were on the air and Jared Barnett, who's been shooting all of this.
They're just throwing it at cops.
All of this, took a step
And
away from me
they're getting sturdy on them. They're getting sturdy on the cops.
How he was suddenly mobbed by a group of kids because they just wanted to get on TV. And it became a really kind of volatile situation because now suddenly there we were in this crowd. Fortunately, we were by the barricades in a similar situation to what Stefan was talking about. A cop saw me and pulled me in to the sort of frozen zone where we all are now. And now we'll just show you right here. We're waiting for a briefing right now. That's the
it's
press
still
setup,
happening.
and we have a camera in there. And as soon as the chief of department gets out and starts walking this way, we'll of course bring that to you so we can hear really first of all, the hits, runs, and errors of what happened here today, because I still don't understand what happened here today. I don't know about you. But second of all, there's just a lot of questions, as you point out. You know, how did this start? Could this have been prevented in some way or detected in some way on social media? And you know, how did it end? And where do we go from here? So a lot of questions, and we are waiting. I have an eye on the SUV where the top leadership of the NYPD is right now.
And it's been such a crazy scene there. You talked about Cenat, and we have learned from the NYPD that they have recovered evidence from social media that Cenat was out of his vehicle and interacting with the crowd before he left Union Square. So there are a lot of unanswered questions. What kind of charges will he actually face? Did he give any giveaways at this point? So Josh, stand by. Again, you're keeping an eye out on that presser with the Chief of Department, Jeffrey Madry. Now we want to send it up to Shannon Sohn with the latest. And Shannon, what are you seeing from there now?
You know, we're just trying to get a grasp on whether or not people are still around. And really,
February 2023, you literally broke the all-time sub record in recorded history. That was just this year. And even with the active subs, you are still toppling over Jinx and Hassan. Kai, you need to understand. You live in New York. New York. The newsman said it after I did. One of the most densest populated cities in the world. Kai, you of all people should know the power that you hold. And doing an unannounced giveaway at Union fucking Square, New York City, with a bunch of 10 to 16-year-olds, you should know. If you ever seen a fucking Playboy Cardi concert, you should know. That is not a good idea. That is not a good idea whatsoever. You literally should know. Bro, Kai, this is literally all your fault. You caused mayhem, just egregious crimes. That could go down as a RICO case. That could literally go down as a RICO case. Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Twitch, a corrupt organization. Amazon, a corrupt organization. Racketeer Influence, you are an influencer. is 10 to 16 years old. They don't know how to act. They live in one of the dirtiest, worst cities ever, with probably some of the poorest education next to Chicago. You should know. That shit was not going to go down good. Like, that is insane. Kai, what you did today is insanity.
To make sure that no one else enters.
Cops
They've
got hurt.
Basically a perimeter set up now around
I mean,
the
fuck
park.
the police,
There's going
but
to be
still.
a major cleanup that has to happen after all the debris that was strewn about. There is construction equipment here. There are buckets. There's paint that is all over the south side of Union Square, but mostly what is left now are the police officers and the media sort of scratching their heads, wondering how this got out of control so fast. But one of the things we noticed, because Captain Randy and Empy and I were up over this from the beginning, is that it started with thousands of people and tens of police officers, and that ratio quickly got turned around when police did what police do, and they got ready for this situation. They had police aviation overhead, they had drones in the air, and they assessed what needed to be done, and they did it. And after a while, the police overtook the people that were here, and the crowds are now under control.
Okay, Shannon Stone reporting from Newscopter 7, and all of this sparked by one man, Kai Cenat, a social influencer.
They are criminalizing the man.
He just returned from a trip from Japan and promised to give he had some giveaways to give here at Union Square, touching off just a widespread just pandemonium there. We are now going to go to Eyewitness News at 6 with Liz Cho.
And we continue to follow breaking news and a wild and dangerous situation in Union Square this afternoon. An out-of-control mob with thousands of people converging after a social media influencer promised free PlayStations for fans. At first, the crowd overwhelmed police.
A level 4 mobilization was called, and hundreds of officers eventually moved in and made arrests. Newscopter 7 was live over Union Square, where police have now, we're told, regained control of the situation. Also, the NYPD now updating us on what happened.
I need a thumbnail. Hold on.